Hello, you're live here with Jenfie-Lou. I'm back doing my Facebook Lives. It's been a few weeks, so I do apologise for the silence. I have had a lot going on recently, so I've been on holiday, I've started a new job, and I've been ill. So lots of good things, but also some not so great things. What have you all been up to while I've been away? Have you been making anything creative? I'd love to hear what you've been up to over the past month, just while we're waiting for some more people to join us. Okay, I can see a few of you there, so thank you for joining me. You'll have to excuse me, I may need to cough at some point during this evening's live. My cough hasn't quite gone, but I couldn't keep you all waiting any longer. Hi Monica, hi Simon, thank you for letting me know you're there. Okay, so the set that I want to share with you tonight is the Wishing You Well stamp set. This is one from our seasonal catalogue for autumn-winter. It can be found on page 35 of the seasonal catalogue. It's one that, when I first saw it, I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to buy it. And then every time I looked through the catalogue, I thought, I really do like that stamp set. So I thought, in the end, I'm just going to have to buy it. I'm just going to have to buy it. And you know what? I can't put it down. It is a really, really easy stamp set to use. Makes some gorgeous, simple cards that look so effective. And it comes with some good sentiments as well in there. So just to know, it is a great sentiment to have. You can make that into anything you want it to be. Wishing you well, again, a good sentiment for anything. Sending you our thoughts and prayers, great for sympathy cards. And also the season's greetings in there, so great for Christmas as well. You get this lovely bunch of flowers, which I suppose also could look like wheat. Could look like any type of flower really, whatever colour you want to use on it. And then there's this gorgeous wreath and bow. This is an example of one of our distinctive stamp sets. So the detail on this bow is just beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by showing you some of the things I've been making with this. I only opened this stamp set actually yesterday, so got a bit distracted hiding my desk, and as you can see from my paper, got a bit carried away with the stamp set too. Okay, so I started off just by stamping the flowers and the bow, and then a couple of the sentiments. I've actually stamped these onto the delightfully detailed note cards and envelopes. So it's already got that colour wash on there for you. So as these were used, we're using the mint macaron and blackberry bliss colours on the note cards themselves. They're the colours that I decided to go with to use for my stamps for these cards. So what I've done with these, I've literally just stamped them. I stamped the flowers in old olive, and then I've stamped the bow and the sentiment in blackberry bliss, along with the flowers as well. So it's already got that mint macaron on the back to give the extra colour. So I thought they were really simple, quick and easy cards to make, really effective and beautiful images. The colour on the background I think is great. And then I've just added onto the back of the envelope one of the little stamps of the bows, just to give that extra special look to the cards and envelopes. So they were the first two that I made. Then I made some little 3x3 cards. So these ones are 3-inch square. I haven't done the envelopes for these ones yet. Move those out of the way. So again, I just stamped them onto a 3x3 card. It just overhangs a little bit, but I wasn't too bothered by that. And again, they can just be just a note cards. They could say thank you. They could say anything you wanted them to. My plan is that inside I am going to stamp just a note in there, because what I am hoping to do today is to create a pizza box for them to go in. So this is a box that I made yesterday, again using the wreath this time from the stamp set and the bow. I do absolutely adore that bow. It looks so realistic and beautiful, and better than any bow I've ever tied in my life, but you know. Hi Ali, thank you for joining me. I love the small cards too. I think they're so cute, and they fit perfectly inside our pizza boxes. So these are, they come flat pack. You get a pack of 8, so they come like this, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be making a pizza box like this, but for our little note cards to go inside. Before we get onto that, I want to show you what I've done for the inside of this box. So this one's the Christmas one, as you can tell from the season's greetings, and I have actually stamped the bow all around the sides, and then inside I've done a little insert which will fit, just get rid of the excess wax on that candle, for tea lights. So these tea lights smell beautiful. We've got, I think it's a vanilla and sea salt scented for the white ones, and then they're berry flavoured for the 2 red ones. And they coordinate really with the Merry Merlot that I've used on this box, and then obviously the Whisper White for the white ones. Get those back in. So they make a perfect little gift, especially for Christmas coming up. So I will be having to make quite a lot of those because I have a market store coming up on the 1st of December, so I need to get cracking. But for tonight I wanted to make a box that will coordinate with the cards inside rather than being specifically for Christmas, because then it could be for any time of year, birthday, celebration, whatever you want to give a gift of some note cards for. So I'm going to make it the same as I've done for the small note cards there. So we need the flowers, the bow, and then the actual stamp, which is for the flowers themselves. And maybe a sentiment, but we'll come back to that in a bit. So before we start, I'm just going to fold up the box so that I can work out when I come to stamp it which side I want to stamp so that they are the right way. So it's just a case of burnishing all of your crease marks. They are all scored ready for you. Getting rid of the little excess pieces. So you don't have to score them because they are already creased, but it just gives a cleaner, crisp finish to the box once it's all assembled, so that you've not got any like gaping sides or anything like that. Hi Joe, thank you for joining me. I hope you're well. Okay, so this is our scored box, and all you do to put that together, you fold in the sides, fold over the top and over the tabs, and then this side comes up and just folds into your box. So I'm not going to put that together yet because I want to stamp around the sides. So I'm going to do that first with the bow because I quite liked that look on the side of the box with all of those bows. And if I can find the ink that I just had in my hand, it's right in front of me. I'm going to use mint macaron for this one for some of the bows, but I'm actually going to alternate. So I'm going to do a mint macaron and a blackberry bliss bow on each side, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start with the mint macaron because that's lighter. So I know that I need this side is going to be up like that, so I'm going to stamp it so that it's that way on. I'm just going to line it up again because the bow is ever so slightly longer than the side. It may overhang at the top or the bottom a little bit, but that's okay, we don't mind that. So I'm just going to do one on each of the sides. And then the back. So I'm going to fold over the top and just put our bow on the side. So there we have 4 bows. And then I'm going to bring in the Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to do the exact same with that as I have done before. And you're just going to have to bear with me 1 second while I find my chamois. Okay, so I'm just going to clean my stamp using my Simply Chamois, or Shimmy Chamois, as one of my lovely ladies mentioned it was called, just to get off the excess ink so that I don't get a funny colouring when I come to stamp it. And then, so that's just inked up in the Blackberry Bliss, and we're just going to line that up along the side of each of those other bows. Okay, so that is the side of our box all inked and ready to go. So we can just fold that in, move my ink out of the way so I don't get it everywhere. So we just fold those sides in, fold the front over all the way, and then it just clicks into place at the bottom. And then we can just fold the back tabs in, fold it over, and get those sides inside the box. So that's our box part made. So now we need to do something on the top, and for that I've got 2 pieces of card. I've got a piece of Whisper White and a piece of mint macaron. So the mint macaron piece is, I don't know if you can see that on there, just under 3.5 inches. It's actually 8.5 centimetres, and that will mean that that fits perfectly onto the top of your pizza box, just giving you a little bit of a white border around the edge. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White card, which is 7.5 inches square, which is the 3-inch square piece of card. And for this one I'm going to use the leaves and the flowers to create the lovely bouquet that we have. I can find my blocks. Excuse me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up in our old olive. It's one of my go-to inks for leaves. I don't know if it's just because it's one that I've had the longest, or if it's just because I like old olive, maybe. But I do think it gives a really nice colour. Right. So you can see that that has inked up on my stamp, but it's not inked up really clearly on the less detailed, the detailed background part. But I'm just going to stamp that off on my grid paper so that you can see it will actually stamp all of those extra leaves at the back as well. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to keep adding ink. You don't need to push down hard at all. You literally just tap 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 like you would normally. Make sure that it has inked up okay, and then I'm just going to stamp roughly in the middle of my card, if I can see over my phone. So again, the stems might just overhang because of the size that I'm doing, but that's okay. And there you have a crisp, detailed, beautiful little image. So you could use that on its own. It's nice and simple enough on its own. It's good that it gives you that sort of fainter look on the back, so it does look like it's got some depth and dimension to it. But we're not going to leave it there. I don't just leave it there. Okay, so we're going to add the bow, and as I've used Blackberry Bliss, I'm going to carry on using Blackberry Bliss for the bow. So again, we're just going to line that up so you can see where the stamp goes in. That would be where the actual tie of the bow would be. So you just want to line that up so it's over the bottom of the leaves. And by doing that, when you stamp it down, we keep our fingers crossed that it is stamped in the middle of your stems. So it's just stamped over where all the stems actually gather, and I found that is the easiest way to line it up to get that image all the time. If you use your stamp apparatus, you can line it up once and then you know that it's in the same place every time you're going to stamp it, which I need to get this set up on my stamp apparatus so that I can keep making 1,000,001 cards because I just love it. Okay, so we're now using the flowers. I haven't decided whether there is a right way or a wrong way for these to go on. I've decided that either way both look fairly good, so it's entirely up to you. So again, I'm using Blackberry Bliss for this. You can see that picked up the colour beautifully. And then I'm just going to line that up anywhere over the leaves. There's no, I've not found a set design that you're supposed to do for this, because I don't think it really matters, because wherever you stamp it, they will stamp so that you can see some gorgeous coloured flowers coming through from your leaves. And then all that is left to do is to assemble that onto our box. So I am going to use, if there's any left in this, some of my Tombow glue just to fix the mint macaron card to the box. So there you have it lined up. And then I love rounded corners, so I'm going to use the Detail Trio Punch just around the corners of this one with the bouquet on. I don't seem to be able to see any comments at the moment, so I don't know if anybody is actually still there. And my computer screen's frozen, so I'm hoping that I am still with you. So I'll keep going for now. Okay, so there we have the rounded corners, and then I want to give it a little bit of dimension, so I'm going to use my dimensionals just in each corner. And then one in the middle just for good look. Oh, I can see a few of you popping through now, that's good. I've not lost you all yet, that's good. I'm so glad. You don't scare us off that easy, Jen. That's good to know, thanks Mark. I'm glad you are all still with me. So there you have a box with a beautiful bunch of flowers on the top and bows all around the sides. You could leave it like that. I think as we have a little bit more time, I am going to just add something else onto there. So like I said earlier, I love the just a note sentiment. It would fit well with having the little note cards inside the box as well. So let me just find another piece of card. Is this one big enough? Perfect. Okay, so for this I am just going to stamp it onto some Whisper White, and I think I might go with mint macaron for the sentiment. We were concentrating on watching you. Oh, thanks, Ali. Well, I'm glad you're concentrating. I could do a quiz at the end of it, couldn't I? So, how did I do this bit? What am I looking for? Does anybody know what I'm looking for? Oh, a block. That's what I'm looking for. Here we go. So, okay, so I'm just going to ink this up in mint macaron, and then I'm just going to stamp that onto my Whisper White card. That looks fine. And then I've got I think it's just called a label punch. This one. I quite like this. It's perfect for the little, nice, simple greetings. I use it quite a lot. It's probably one of my favourites. So I'm just going to punch that out and move my ink. And then let's see what else I can do with this. So I'm just going to add that onto my box, probably about there, so it doesn't cover up too much of the bow or the flowers. I think that looks about right. And then I'm going to get these beautiful faceted dots out. So these are in mint macaron. Can't remember what that one is. Does anybody know what colour this is? I want to say it's Grapefruit Grove, but I might be wrong. Blackberry Bliss, and then black as well. So some gorgeous colours in there. And we're just going to add one of them onto our just a note. So we have used Blackberry Bliss and mint macaron. So I'm going to stick with those, and I'm going to use a medium Blackberry Bliss just to go on there, like that. And then just some mini dimensionals. They fit on the back of this label perfectly so that you don't have anything overhanging. Off the edge of your label. the normal size dimensionals do fit on here as well. They take up like the whole width, but if you just angle them slightly wrong, you can sometimes just see a point out. So these mini dimensionals make that so much better. Okay, so that can just go on. Do it straight. There. So there we have a beautiful pizza box. Just a note, make a beautiful gift for somebody, and then inside it will fit the 3x3 note cards with envelopes perfectly. Ali, you definitely need to have a play with this set. I just started by really casing the catalogue, and just copying some of the cards that they'd created just really got me wanting to play with it even more, and just combine it with different products. There is so much you can do for it. Well, even if you just keep stamping that, it's just so beautiful, I think. So there we have a few examples of what I've done with the stamp set. And these gifts will be definitely featured on my market stall on the 1st of December down at the Little Castle. So if you are in the local area and around, please do come and visit me and have a look at what we've got on the stall. So that was everything for tonight. There is an announcement that I've shared earlier today to let you know that there is a stamp sale coming tomorrow. It is just for one day only, and there are quite a few stamps on there, all discounted at 15% off. So that's a really fantastic bargain to get hold of some of those beautiful stamp sets. Unfortunately, this one isn't one of them that is discounted, I'm afraid. If I'd have known a bit earlier, then I might have tried to plan one differently, but never mind. But I just wanted to share with you this stamp set because it is so easy to use, and it does create some beautiful images every time. You know, some great cards and gifts to be made. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you all get creative. If you are interested in purchasing any of the products, please do get in touch, and you can shop online at jenfie-lou.stampinup.net. I do have an October Hostess code as well, so if you are shopping online, please do check out my Facebook page where you will be able to find the current month Hostess code. You will also be able to see it on the website at jenfie-lou.stampinup.net. So thank you very much and take care, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks' time at the next Facebook Live. Thank you very much. Bye.